Max Verstappen clinched his fourth consecutive Drivers' World Championship at the 2024 Las Vegas Grand Prix, and says he's still hungry for more. Meanwhile, a frustrated Lando Norris criticized McLaren after his Las Vegas defeat, accusing the team of delivering nothing but excuses. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff said the team really crushed everyone in the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and joked that it's really nice if one would understand these cars. Welcome to F1 Real Time. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. Max Verstappen clinches fourth F1 World Championship in Las Vegas. Max Verstappen secured his fourth consecutive Formula One Drivers' World Championship at the 2024 Las Vegas Grand Prix, joining the elite ranks of Alain Prost and Sebastian Vettel in the sport's history. Despite a turbulent season marked by Red Bull's fluctuating performance, the Dutchman showcased resilience and determination to wrap up the title with 2 races to spare. The 2024 season began on a high note for Verstappen and Red Bull, with the team dominating the early rounds. However, the development of the RB20 went awry, leaving the car difficult to handle and opening the door for McLaren's Lando Norris to close the championship gap. Verstappen's victory drought, which began after his Barcelona triumph in the summer, was broken in Brazil with a masterful wet-weather drive. That win all but sealed the championship, which he officially secured in Las Vegas with a controlled performance, finishing ahead of Norris to clinch the title. It's been a long season. We started off amazing, it was almost like cruising, but then we had a tough run. As a team, we kept it together, kept working on improvements, and we pulled it over the line. To stand here as a 4-time world champion is something I never thought was possible. Verstappen acknowledged the difficulties of the 2024 campaign, contrasting it with the dominant seasons of 2022 and 2023. It was a very challenging season. As a person, at times, it's very challenging, and I had to be calm. Of course, I still preferred last season. I enjoyed that a lot. But this season taught me a lot of lessons. I'm very proud of how we handled it, also as a team. Despite speculation about Verstappen's future at Red Bull amidst reported interest from Mercedes, the Dutchman reaffirmed his commitment to the Milton Keynes-based squad. We've been through a lot together, and all these highs we're achieving right now are very special. To do this 4 times in a row with this group of people is incredible. They continuously push flat out to give me the car to fight for a title, and I'm grateful for that. As he celebrates his historic achievement, Verstappen remains motivated to continue his winning streak. With 2 races left in the 2024 season, he is already looking ahead to 2025, anticipating an even tighter battle among the grid's top teams. Looking to next year, I think it's going to be a proper battle between a lot of cars. But yeah, I'm hungry. Of course, I'm going to enjoy this moment, but there are still 2 more races I want to do well at. Then we take a little break, and we go at it again next year. Meanwhile, Lando Norris criticizes McLaren as Verstappen clinches 4th title. While Max Verstappen celebrated his 4th consecutive Formula One Drivers' Championship in Las Vegas, Lando Norris expressed frustration with his McLaren team, accusing them of nothing but excuses after failing to sustain a title challenge in the 2024 season. Verstappen's 5th-place finish at the Las Vegas Grand Prix secured him an unassailable 63-point lead over Norris in the standings. The Dutchman's triumph capped a roller coaster season where his performance, despite setbacks, ultimately overwhelmed his rivals. In a candid post-race interview, Norris lamented McLaren's inability to deliver a competitive car from the outset of the season. I think he still had a relatively easy season, Norris said of Verstappen's championship campaign. If we had a better car at the beginning of the year, we would have been fighting him a lot more, and he would have been a lot more under pressure than he's ever been. Norris acknowledged McLaren's efforts to close the gap mid-season, but felt the late improvements weren't enough to make Verstappen genuinely sweat. We put him under pressure as soon as we did. He made mistakes, and it showed he made some. The team made some. But over the course of the season, that's very few in terms of what he's done, Norris said. Despite his criticisms, Norris praised Verstappen's ability to consistently extract the maximum from his car, even when Red Bull wasn't at its peak. He's not had a bad qualifying, he's not had a bad race. His worst was probably Budapest, and he still finished 5th. He just gets everything out of the car every time. That's always impressive to see and always things to learn from. The narrative of 2024 was defined by Red Bull's early dominance followed by a mid-season slump that opened the door for McLaren. However, Verstappen's Brazil Grand Prix victory, his first win in 11 races, marked a turning point. Starting 17th on the grid, he stormed to victory with a 20-second lead, effectively reasserting his supremacy. For Norris, that resurgence highlighted Verstappen's unshakable consistency. "Massive congrats to him," Norris said. "He's deserved it. He's not put a foot wrong really the whole year. When he's had the quickest car, he's dominated races. When he's not in the quickest car, he's still been just behind us and almost winning the races anyway. He's just not had a bad side to him." As Norris shifts focus to the remaining 2 races of the season and preparations for 2025, the British driver made it clear McLaren needs to improve its approach if it hopes to mount a serious title challenge. Meanwhile, Toto Wolff lauds Mercedes' dominance after Las Vegas Grand Prix victory. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff expressed his delight after the team delivered a dominant performance at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, securing their 4th win of the season and showcasing a much-improved car. With George Russell leading Lewis Hamilton in a commanding one to finish, Wolff described the result as a crushing performance over their rivals. George Russell converted pole position into victory, expertly defending against Charles Leclerc's Ferrari to cross the line first, while Hamilton charged from 10th on the grid to secure 2nd in a spectacular Driver of the Day performance. Despite a season marked by inconsistent form, Mercedes' display on the Las Vegas Strip circuit marked their 2nd on-track one-to finish of the year, following their controversial disqualification in Belgium earlier in the season. "It's really nice if one would understand these cars," Wolff joked with Sky F1. "Today we really crushed everyone. Dominant. We could have gone easily faster. We were at times 2 seconds quicker than everybody else." While Wolff acknowledged Mercedes' challenges in making their car perform consistently across all circuits, he credited the team's work at Brackley and Brixworth for the standout performance in Las Vegas. "We seem to be very good when it's high speed and when it's a bit chillier with less grip. But when it's getting hot, that is where the car is not performing so well." The cooler evening conditions in Las Vegas appeared to play to the W15's strengths, allowing the Silver Arrows to comfortably outpace McLaren, Red Bull, and Ferrari throughout the weekend. Wolff was particularly effusive in his praise for George Russell, whose measured drive saw him fend off a spirited challenge from Leclerc while maintaining his lead. "George's driving was just from another planet," Wolff said. "He kept that under control and managed it all the time." The defending against Leclerc was spectacular. Hamilton's performance also drew accolades after the 7-time world champion surged through the field from 10th to finish just 5 seconds behind his teammate. Lewis came from P10 with a super strong car. "Chapeau," Wolff added. Despite the jubilation, Wolff acknowledged that the team's form has been circuit-dependent, with Mercedes struggling on tracks with higher temperatures and lower grip. The priority, he stressed, is to develop a car that performs across all conditions for next season. When you design a car, generally, you try to have it good at every track. That's something we need to work on because this performance here shows what we're capable of when everything aligns.